1000 Lubber Sisters. Tammy finally shows up at Amy's wedding amidst ongoing feud. The sun hung low over the Kentucky hills, casting a golden glow across the rustic venue that had been transformed into a dreamy countryside wedding. Strings of warm lights draped between wooden beams, wildflowers lined the aisle, and a gentle breeze carried the scent of fresh roses in anticipation. This was the day everyone had been waiting for, Amy's wedding day. Fans of 1000 LB Sisters had followed her journey through heartbreak, growth, motherhood, and resilience. But today wasn't just about love. It was about something deeper, something unresolved, because one question lingered in the air, whispered among guests and echoing through fan discussions online. Would Tammy show up? For months leading up to the wedding, tension between Amy Slayton and her sister Tammy Slayton had been building like a storm waiting to break. What started as minor disagreements, missed calls, passive-aggressive comments, differing life choices, quickly escalated into something more painful. Old wounds resurfaced. Words were exchanged that neither could take back. Amy, now in a more stable place emotionally and physically, had tried to move forward. She was focused on her new chapter, love, commitment, and building a future for her children. Tammy, on the other hand, was still navigating her own transformation. After significant weight loss and time in rehabilitation, she had begun redefining herself, but healing internally proved harder than any physical journey. The sisters, once inseparable, had grown distant, and when Amy sent out her wedding invitations, one name stood out more than the rest. Tammy's. Amy had debated for days before sending it. Should I even invite her? She reportedly asked close family members. Some said yes, it was still her sister. Others warned it might bring drama on an already emotional day. But Amy made her choice. She didn't just send an invitation. She wrote a letter, a heartfelt message filled with memories, apologies, and hope. No matter what we've been through, you're still my sister. I want you there, not for the cameras, not for anyone else, but for me. There was no immediate response. Days passed, then weeks, and as the wedding day approached, it seemed more and more likely that Tammy wouldn't come. The morning of the wedding was filled with excitement, but also a quiet sense of loss. Amy sat in front of the mirror, her hair styled in soft curls, her makeup natural and glowing. She looked beautiful. But her eyes occasionally drifted toward the door, as if expecting someone to walk in. Her bridesmaids tried to lift her spirits. "You look amazing," one said. "Today's your day," another added. Amy smiled, but it didn't quite reach her eyes, because deep down, she felt it. The absence. As guests arrived and took their seats, whispers began to spread. "Is Tammy coming? I haven't seen her. Do you think they're still fighting?" Family members avoided the topic, offering vague responses. Let's just focus on today. But the truth was clear. Tammy wasn't there, at least. Not yet. The music started softly, a gentle melody that echoed across the open field. Amy took her place at the end of the aisle, holding her bouquet tightly. Her heart raced, not just from the moment, but from the lingering uncertainty. She took a deep breath and began to walk. Just as Amy reached the altar and the officiant began to speak, a sudden movement at the back of the crowd caught everyone's attention. Heads turned, whispers stopped, and there she was. Tammy. Dressed in a soft lavender gown, her hair neatly styled, her expression a mix of nervousness and determination. She had arrived. Late, but she had come. Amy saw her instantly. Her breath caught. For a second, everything else faded. The guests, the music, the ceremony. It was just the two of them. Sisters, separated by pain, reunited by something stronger. Tammy hesitated at the edge of the crowd, unsure if she should move forward or stay back. Amy made the decision for her. She stepped away from the altar. Gasps echoed through the audience, and slowly, she walked toward her sister. As they pulled apart, Tammy took a deep breath. "I'm sorry," she said, "for everything, for the fights, the distance, for not being there when you needed me." Amy shook her head gently. We both made mistakes. But today, Tammy continued, I just want to be your sister again. Amy smiled through her tears. You never stopped being that. Back to the aisle hand in hand, they walked back toward the altar. The crowd erupted into applause. It wasn't just a wedding anymore. It was a healing moment, a reminder that even the deepest wounds can begin to mend. The rest of the ceremony unfolded beautifully, but now it felt different, fuller, more meaningful. Tammy stood proudly among the guests, watching her sister say her vows. And when Amy glanced at her, she smiled, really smiled, for the first time that day.